Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. This is the Silvertone Smart 2S amp. I got on a trade deal with a guitar the other night, and the amp's been giving me some problems right from the get-go, especially when you're on the clean channel. It didn't have a lot of volume, and it also started to act up a little bit, like cutting in and out a bit and that sort of thing. And I thought, well, let's try lubing the switch. No, that didn't work. Sometimes it actually does, but in this case, no. So I took the amp apart today, and I checked the switch out, I checked the contacts on the board, all that jazz. Found a couple of joints that needed to be taken care of because they didn't look quite right to me. And I did redo the switch, even though it didn't make any difference. The switch is actually shot, so bye-bye switch. And that's what the switch you use to switch between the clean and the overdrive channel. Now, let's keep in mind, too, the overdrive is a manual dial, right? So 0 to 10. So you dial in the amount of overdrive you want when you're on the overdrive side, right? And so I was thinking, well, what happens if we just pull the switch? Because I could have wired in a foot switch and switched between them, but it's a little amp. I got 9 amps. What do I care? This is just a little peanut thing that, I do whatever with. But and I was kind of curious to what would really happen if I pull the switch. Am I going to lose usage of the amp, right? And turns out, no, I didn't. Now, there will be some amps out there, I'm sure, where you actually would lose usage of the amp by pulling the switch because they require that switch to be in there for the circuit. But this one, it doesn't require to be there. And so anyways, let's put this at 2 on the dial. Now, if you go back to my video on this when I showed this kit off, especially the amp, I was playing it on my telly at first, I had to put a lot of volume up there on the clean side to get anything. Well, now I'm at 2. I got lots of volume. And I'm on the bridge pickup on the Telecaster again. Bring the juice up, so 4. So it's still staying, reasonably good and clean. And I'm getting power, right? So let's dial up some overdrive. Let's bring the overdrive up around half. Put the volume on 2. Nice and punchy. Let's bring that to 10. I like 10. 10's good. And this amp will go really loud because it is a 10-watt amp. So back to 0. So it's pretty clean, right? It's nice and clean. Sounds great. With the overdrive off, start turning the overdrive on. And when you switch between a clean and overdriven channel on an amp like this or similar amps, you have to dial in your overdrive anyways. So it's like, well, do we really need that switch? Not in this case, we don't. And we didn't have to jumper any connections to get the amp back online. So if you have an amplifier, whether it be a small one or even a slightly larger one, that the switch goes. I mean, if you just, you can't get a replacement switch right away or, whichever. Just go inside, desolder the switch that's in there, and you're up and running. You've got clean, you've got overdrive. You just dial in your overdrive, that's all. Now, on the overdrive channel with the switch pushed in, it was still giving some little issues here and there. So pulling out the switch completely eliminated all the problems, and now it's great. So for a little kicker amp, So now if I want to run pedals into this and just leave it unclean, I can do that if I want. And you know, a 6-inch speaker is really not going to stay that clean at higher volumes anyways, you know. But you can get quite a bit of volume out of it and keeping it clean regardless and still drive, you know, people nuts in the house. And that's fine, you know. But yeah, so that's the little fix and mod I did, and I thought I'd share it with you guys, especially in case you've got like even one of those Fender 15 amps. You know, you've got the switch, and maybe the switch is gone. Pull the switch out, and if you still got power, and then you get this same sort of control, then you're good to rock and roll. You know, I mean, technically, like I said, we're on the overdrive channel. It's just I have no overdrive being accessed right now at all. Works. I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.